Andy Johnson, Systematics Phonics Instruction. We know that phonics instruction should be systematic, but let us unpack that term. Systematics phonics does not mean you should plan. It is a plan, but not a prescription. It doesn't mean you must follow these things mindlessly. We want creative, intelligent teachers who have a body of knowledge. Be a creative and intelligent teacher. Use a body of knowledge to make good choices and decisions about how your children best learn. Systematic. What does systematic phonics instruction mean? Well, it could mean for the whole class, you simply record what is taught and when, so you know about when certain skills are mastered. For the individual, and I'm going to show you an example of that in just a minute, for the individual, you can record when that student has mastered a skill. Systematic, not haphazard. And the National Reading Panel and others have said phonics instruction is necessary, but not sufficient. And it should be systematic, but systematic does not mean prescriptive. It does not mean all students follow the same line to get to the same predetermined end, because, as we know, students, what do we know? Human beings are not standardized products. We do not learn the same things in the same way at the same rate. We're all wonderfully, gloriously different, and our brains work in different ways. So, a general scope and sequence can be used to inform our instruction. Give me a sense of what to teach and when I might teach it, but it should not dictate instruction. Again, use this, your head, a body of knowledge, to inform what you do. For example, it could give me a sense of the whole, when I taught what to the whole class. I can mark, and you don't use this, but adopt and adapt this idea. Maybe incidental instruction when I covered these consonant sounds, when I introduced with formal instructions, and when I reinforced. That way, if someone comes to you and says, Mr. Johnson, you goofy, liberal, whole language person, you're not teaching phonics, you can say, well, as a matter of fact, I am, in a very systematic way. Here's when I taught, when I introduced, etc., etc., etc. As well, this whole class kind of systematic of recording this gives me a sense, it informs me about when I need to teach things, if I'm focusing too much on one skill and not another. So it gives me a sense of what to teach and when. You might use some sort of checklist as well for the individual students when they have mastered a skill. Systematic. Now I'm going to show you a typical sequence of skills. And again, scope and sequence, it should tell you, it should be a description. Scope means what, and sequence means in what order. And again, it should inform your practice, but not dictate your practice. I don't necessarily agree with the order of skills here, but knowing I should adopt and adapt, it gives me a sense of the things I should teach. It's always important. Good teachers, good whole language teachers, good holistic teachers, watch their students to see what skills they need. So, consonant blends might come next, and then just give you a sense of sight words and consonant blends endings, consonant blends at the front, etc., etc. Consonant digraphs, trigraphs. Ooh, what's a digraph? Constance Weaver suggests that children should be taught the basic sound-symbol relationships for these first single consonants, consonant digraph, and consonant clusters. Because, as we know, the consonants are more important than the vowels in identifying words. And again, the optimum amount of instruction needed for every child is the minimum that is needed to become an independent reader. So, scope and sequence, used to describe but not prescribe. Systematic means you have some system, some general idea. It should describe but not prescribe. The last part, we'll be looking at types of phonics instruction.